Everybody needs their business on Google, whether they like it or not. Because some people don't want to put their business because they're afraid of bad reviews. You can't help bad reviews. Like, I've seen people try to pay money to get bad reviews taken down. I don't care who you are. You could be an angel center for cancer children and just peaceful, loving, caring. People are still going to say, oh, that angel center I saw, it was just not clean enough. They're going to say it no matter what. You could be the best person, the best business. You're still going to get haters. There's nothing you can do about it. Focus on the people that thank them. You respond to them on Google. Say thank you for your wonderful review. Can't wait to see you back again. You know, it's engagement as well. So, yes, thank your customers. Google is where it's at, though. Google is worldwide.
Welcome to the American Dreamers Festival. I'm your host, Nakai Lewis, president and founder at American Dreamers Club. So today's session, we have Chrissy Monroe, and Chrissy Monroe is a social media influencer, domestic violence advocate, a reality TV star, and a serial entrepreneur. Welcome, Chrissy Monroe, to the American Dreamers Festival.
Thank you for having me, Nakai.
Yes, absolutely. So today's session is going to be a little bit about social media influencing, because a lot of times, like, we think we know, but, I wanted to make sure we brought an expert who actually is a big social media star, especially on Instagram and a lot of all the other platforms. And she's going to share little tips and tricks with us.
Yes.
All right. So let's dive right in. So what types of content have proven, like, for you most effective, like, with audiences when it comes to engagement?
Mainly just storytelling, being myself, telling true life experiences that are relatable. Mm-hmm. For me, I believe relatability is the number one key factor in engaging your audience, for sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you are relatable. Like, you have a lot of great stories. So you're always taking great pictures.
Thank you.
And yes. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to, like, your brand authenticity, right? How do you just keep your brand authentic? Because sometimes it's very hard to differentiate that.
Just being myself. And, the people that are going to like you, they're going to like you. And the people that aren't. And that's it. Not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to not love you. You got to find your niche audience, and actually they'll find you.
Yeah.
But just being yourself, it's that simple. Be yourself. And so many people feel like they have to create these big, staged lighting and fabulous, wardrobe and look like a Kardashian. That's not most people's reality. Like, we're not all riding on private jets and stuff, even though people do rent them.
Yeah. They do a lot of that.
Yeah, and it's like, honey, we know you live in 2B and, in the Bronx. You don't have a private jet.
Right.
It's like it comes across as someone not being themselves. So always be yourself, because people know better. Like, people know the truth from,
Yeah.
And then they take you as a phony and they unfollow you. Then you're not as credible.
Of course. Now, there's a lot of different platforms, right, for the social media. So which ones do you think, like, would engage differently? Like, is it Instagram, people there, do they engage differently maybe than TikTok, or do you use Threads, or?
Okay, I have the most followers on Instagram, but my main focus right now is building up my YouTube.
Okay.
Because YouTube... People really sleep on YouTube. Yeah. YouTube pays the most. They're owned by Google. Google is the world's #1 search engine. YouTube is number 2 as far as engagement. YouTube is free, and YouTube gets more views than Netflix and Amazon Prime combined, because it's worldwide and it's free entertainment, and there's a variety of topics. YouTube paid out over $8 billion with a B dollars to its creators last year, and only 2% of those creators on YouTube have over 10,000 followers. So YouTube is wide open. They're begging for content creators. They want to give out this money. Yes. But most people don't keep up the consistency. That's all it takes with any platform. Number 2 would be my Instagram. Not even for monetization, just for Instagram is Instagram. It's kind of like... to me, it's like the new Facebook, because nobody's really on Facebook anymore except for our aunties and grannies and stuff. Not being rude, but I go there if I want to find a family member.
Right, of course.
But Instagram is always, popping. Everybody goes on the gram. I've recently gotten more into TikTok, because TikTok also pays very well. And I've been taking advantage of the TikTok Shop Partner Program. They pay very well commissions. They send me products. there's so many ways to monetize. You can become a full-time creator now and make it a full-time income, but it takes consistency and time. So for me, definitely YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm not really into Threads. It's connected to the Instagram.
Yeah.
And they do monetize on there now, but I just keep forgetting to post.
Sometimes you got to use that auto post feature, right?
I do.
From
It's
Instagram.
just, I don't even check it. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah.
So in terms of like the audience targeting, right? Do you specifically like target a specific audience on each of the platforms? Like, how do you like gain audience attraction?
Honestly, I don't really target anyone, but I do keep tabs on my demographics. Now, for me, my target demographics are women. I have 68% female following, and they're over the age of, I think, 33 and up.
Yeah.
So, that's just because they're like me. They're older. They're, doing the things that I'm doing. They relate to me. Remember, we're going back to the relatable thing?
Yeah.
They relate to me. People are going to find you based to, they're targeting me. They're oh my gosh, she's 52 and she looks that good. I want to follow her to see what she's doing to stay looking like that, and how she's living her life in New York as a single woman, all those things. So just being myself, and just living my daily life. I do have my own product line, serving looks and stuff. So, and my supporters are hardcore with supporting me, with buying my things and stuff like that. So it is important to know who's following you. So when you do put out an ad or something, you make it appropriate for that age group. I'm not going to put something that's kind of like, oh, this is Ariana Grande's favorite lip gloss. That's not my age group. That's not my target demographic. So you have to know, I'm more like, more like where's my 80s babies? Where's my 70s babies? You need this, so.
Yeah, I love that.
It's kind of just knowing who's who, and then sometimes I will put out the cute, because I also sell lingerie pick for the eye candy for my male followers. They just get a lot of engagement.
Okay.
And sometimes they will buy things for their girlfriend or wife, or just to support. Maybe they're wearing it themselves. Who knows? I don't know. But I don't care. But yeah, so
okay,
a little mixture.
Got it. That makes sense. So it's just mixing it up when in terms of the content so that you can have the right audience, right? And in terms of like crisis management, right? So like, how do you manage like the negative, like, do you ever get any negative feedback or any crisis where maybe, people are saying negative comments, and like, how do you approach that?
Of course. I've gotten
Especially as a business owner, we want to know how to approach that.
I've gotten that since day one. Let me tell you, you just block, delete, ignore. Listen, the more you feed it, the more it grows. You gotta just negative attention is still attention.
Right.
Don't give that to them.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a competitor. If it is a business, it's a competitor trying to push your buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to follow your followers and convert them into their followers. There's a lot of really scandalous tactics a lot of businesses use, because I also have a marketing company. I've worked with plastic surgeons throughout the years, helping them to grow their social media and their business, and teaching them things about social media, because these guys are doctors.
Yeah.
Let's be real. They don't care to do social media. They don't want to. And a lot of them have gotten duped into hiring some of these companies as well that come in and make them all these big promises. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me interview them, because I want to see what they're giving.
Right.
So you'll look at their company and what they've done, and you look at their pages and they have 2,000 followers. I'm like, well, how are you going to grow our social media in this office if you can't even grow your own?
Right.
Like, that speaks volumes. I mean, that's just the facts. Like, you can't even help yourself. How are you going to help us? Right. So each business, it depends on, what type of business you are and things like that. But, it can get tricky. You have to also maintain, for a business, you have to maintain that level of professionalism without coming off too callous and things. So you have to watch which influencers you hire. They have to fit your brand.
Okay.
There's so many different factors that go into this whole social media little swirl. It's like a little world and subculture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. That's some great tips. I hope you attendees are taking notes. If you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. We'll be sure to answer them later. So I also know that you're also an influencer when it comes to on the Google side, right? So we're talking about Google and food and reviews. Let's dive into that. So like, how does that work with the reviews?
Okay, well, that's something that kind of just happened as a hobby, accidentally. When you have Google, which 99% of us do, they automatically link you to their maps. Right. And sometimes you'll see something come up like, how was Pizza Hut? And you're like, oh, what is this? And then you're welcome to leave a review.
Okay.
So years ago, I started just answering the questions and taking pictures of my food and putting them up and this and that. And just accidentally, I grew into one of their I'm in the top 1% for New York City for Google Maps as a reviewer for, they're called local guides. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Google is the world's #1 search engine.
Yes.
Everybody goes to Google. And Google is a different demographic than your Instagram, than your TikTok. Google, normally you're going to get an older crowd of people that are spending money. Tourists that are looking for somewhere to go. What do you do when you're in France? You're going to Google, oh, where can I get a croissant? You're going to see Chrissy's croissants come up. Like, you know what I mean? And they're going to show people that have been there, real life people that took a picture of their croissants. Then you can base your decision on that. That's gold to any business. Right now, I currently just hit 70 million views on Google Maps.
Wow.
And like I said, that's me barely even putting a lot of effort. My top post was Amy Ruth's Soul Food in Harlem.
Okay.
That hit almost 5 million views in less than a year, just on a plate of food. It's just a plate of chicken, mashed potatoes. You never know what's going to hit. It's nothing fancy. But people want to see that food before they go there to spend their hard-earned money on Google.
Absolutely.
Yes. So you're not getting really the social media crowd, because sometimes the social media, and I have a food page on my social media as well. Sometimes it can come off a little too commercially. Google is just kind of like cut and dry. Here's the water. This is what it looks like at John's Water Company. Take a picture. It's on Google. It may get 1 million hits. It may get 100 hits. But Google is where it's at. It's amazing. Like, I can't wait to hit 100 million views on Google. Yes.
Wow. We're going to have the 100 million Google views party, right?
Yes. And I also do spas. I do hotels.
Okay.
Every business that's on Google.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
great.
So, I mean, a lot of business owners don't even know how important it is to have an influencer come in, sit in your business, take photos, right? Write a review. I mean, because it boosts you up in the rankings.
Like
you're
Yelp.
proof of it.
It's bigger than Yelp. I mean, come on. Everybody needs their business on Google,
Correct.
whether they like it or not. Because some people don't want to put their business because they're afraid of bad reviews. You can't help bad reviews. Like, I've seen people try to pay money to get bad reviews taken down. I don't care who you are. You could be an angel center for cancer children and just peaceful, loving, caring. People are still going to say, oh, that angel center I saw, it was just not clean enough. They're going to say it no matter what. You could be the best person, the best business, but you're still going to get haters. There's nothing you can do about it. Focus on the people that leave the good reviews. Thank them. You can respond to them on Google. Say thank you for your wonderful review. Can't wait to see you back again. It's engagement as well. So yes, thank your customers. Google is where it's at, though. Google is worldwide.
Wow. That's a gem there. I think a lot of people overlook the Google reviews and they just go, oh, okay, well, I have Yelp and, these other platforms.
Or
Instagram. But Google is here to stay. It's really here to stay. And they're not going
Google
anywhere.
when I travel. Like, I'm not really looking on Instagram. I'll see maybe if they have an Instagram, but some of them don't keep up the Instagram as much.
Correct.
But it's the people that are eating there that are keeping up the Google. They're putting up the reviews. They're putting up the photos. So,
Yes. That's super, super important. When it comes to like trends and stuff, like what trends should business owners keep like in mind? Because we see every time they keep tweaking like the social media, like now you can put a note.
I can't.
And then you can put a voice. And then
too much.
you know.
Now they're taking down the IGTV.
Right.
They sent me a notice yesterday. I forgot all about that there was an IGTV. Like,
I did too.
they sent me a notice. I'm like, oh yeah. It's so much because they're all of these platforms are in competition with each other, copying each other, trying to outdo each other. It's like, come on. Honestly, I miss the days of Instagram just being, let me see my friends' timeline. Sometimes I never see my friends at all. I see other stuff that's in the algorithm.
Right.
I want to see the people that I really want to follow, and they want to see me, but we're just not on each other's algorithm for some reason. It's just, can't we just go back to where it was social media? It's become more of just all business, salesy, running ads.
Right.
And there's a time and a place for everything, but not everybody wants that. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's all business, but come on, we just want to be social.
Yeah. And I feel like they've like rip this algorithm, right? Have you seen any hacks that that you can share for the algorithm? Is it specific photos? Is it specific looks?
Honestly, they try
reels?
to say the trending sounds, and they try to say this. That may work on TikTok. Who really knows? The algorithm is basically your audience.
Right.
Who's to say, and how do you really know if it's really working? Like, I've had maybe a post, and I go to sleep, and then I wake up, I got 5,000 new followers that I never thought would be viral.
Yes.
You know, it's weird going viral. You talk about haters. Man, you got to go in and delete all the ignorant stuff they put.
Yeah.
But you just don't know. You can't really map it. Like I say, it all, and I know it sounds kind of repetitive. It all runs at just being yourself and putting out your content. Don't try to fit into a mold of what you think is trendy, because I know a lot of people that do that. It really doesn't work for that. And then I see there's agencies and brands, they try to get influencers to conform to what they want, and it just doesn't convey correctly to the camera. Say L'Oreal wants me to do their new moisturizer, and I'm more just like everyday person, like this and that. Imagine me coming on, yes, this L'Oreal moisturizer. Everybody be like, girl, what are you on? Is this Chrissy's page? Is Chrissy, like, did they clone Chrissy?
Yeah.
It has to make sense, and it has to, you know, it has to fit. It just, some stuff doesn't fit. Yeah, just, I can't say there's no really trick or tip, and people try to capitalize off that. Also, stop buying some of these courses and coaches. Like, they're just here to take your money. Anything you want to learn, you can learn for free on YouTube. I promise you.
Wow, that's a lot of gems.
It's true.
That's a lot.
That's where they get their info 9 times out of 10.
And then they're going to resell it back to you for double the price.
Yes.
Right, of course.
Join my code to blow up your Instagram. I gained 10 million followers in 2 days.
Yeah.
Let's be for real.
Yeah, let's be for real. I love it. I love it. So, like, when it comes to, I would say, like, you know, especially with ethics, like when you're posting stuff, and of course, as a business owner, we want to know this, right? Like, should we be considerate of certain ethical things, like maybe can't say this, or be wordy or mindful of, you know, whether it's, you know, LGBT community or racial community, you know, racial source, so there's different things, because certain things could be construed in a different way. Like, how do you navigate that?
That's 100% rule number 1 in PR, publicity.
Yeah.
And in social media, no race, religion, or politics.
Right.
Steer clear. You don't need to get involved in any of those big issues, because you're always going to sometimes attract radical extremist people. They may stalk you. They may show up at your business, violent. Trust me, there's people out here, they'll go all in. They have nothing to lose. So always be mindful of what you post. There's no need to post anything about any racial, religious, political things. You know, there's just not, unless that's your business, you're a church, and we're a Baptist church. Okay, that's cool. People know that's that page, that's a niche. They can follow it or not, but steer clear of all of that. And some people go overboard, especially like when it's Pride Month, trying to over support, and it comes off also fake. Like, you should be supporting every day of the year.
Correct.
It shouldn't just be hardcore. Let me put up the rainbow flag for this month, and then the rest of the year there's no rainbow flag. Do it all year.
Yeah.
Show you love everybody all year. You know?
Show the love.
That's
Show
right.
the love. Yeah.
That's right.
And comes to like the future of like social media, right? So how do you envision like social media influencer marketing like over the next 5 years? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
It's only going to get bigger. Like the creator economy is like $1 trillion right now. Like it's everything. Like there's no more TV commercials unless it's the Super Bowl. There's no more newspaper magazine ads.
No.
Everything is social media marketing. Everybody's face is buried in their phone scrolling all day.
Yeah.
So I see it as just growing and growing, and I want to be getting a big piece of that pie. Like that's what I'm working on now, is trying to get more brand deals. And for me, my main goal would be to be like a female Anthony Bourdain, RIP, and travel the world and try different hotels, resorts, restaurants, nightlife. He had the best job ever.
Yes,
I love
the best.
Amazing. So that would be amazing to be flown out and pampered at spas and eating 5-star meals. And that's a reality. People are doing that right now. Why can't I? So the social media marketing is not going anywhere. The creator economy is growing and growing.
I love that. So tell the listeners and the attendees a little bit about your background and who you are.
Okay, so I am Antoinette M. Solomon, principal attorney at the law offices of Antoinette M. Solomon. We're located in Newark, New Jersey, but I'm licensed in New York and New Jersey, so I can service any type of, transactional client. My law firm is a boutique transactional law firm, meaning that I specialize in all types of transactions, business, real estate, anything from sort of a contractual transaction perspective. So if you're looking to invest in a business, take on a partner in your business, or you're looking to make some long-term investment strategies, I would be the attorney that you sort of reach out to. My mantra at my firm is we help, our clients build, grow, and protect their assets in whatever way that looks like to you. And so basically we specialize in real estate, business law, and estate planning, and help our clients structure their businesses and their estate so that it protects, future generations.